Hey everyone, Sean Smith here, and today I want to talk about an Amazon PPC alert tool that I built using Claude code. So let's dive right in. So let me kind of set the scene for you guys. So I was alerted by a client that one of our products started slipping in units sold per day and profit per day. And it's because the spend was going down because of our bid optimizations. And so it went down to, for this specific product, we wanted to spend $30 to $50 per day, and it was spending, $12, $16, which was negatively affecting the total sales and units sold and profit per day. So once I got that feedback, I said, okay, number one, I need to go into the account and make some adjustments to increase the spend. So I went in, did some manual adjustments. I increased bids, basically increased bids because the budgets weren't running out. So I increased the bids so that we could increase the spend. But the second thing was I was like, I wonder if I could use Claude code to build an alert system that will tell me whether or not we spent within a specific range of spend on a daily basis by looking at yesterday's spend. So I asked myself the question, can I build that? So then I thought about the logistics of this specific prompt that I would want to ask Claude. Okay, so how would I do this? Well, number one, we would need to identify the account because I work with several accounts. Number two, we would need a minimum threshold, a maximum threshold. Number three, we would need the campaigns because the way I wanted to do it was just, since I break everything, product lines by campaign, I can just export the campaigns related to that product line and just add those up. So I wanted to basically look at all of the campaigns that are running for this product and then look at yesterday's spend for those campaigns and tell me whether or not it's within the thresholds. That way, for example, with this product, if it goes below $30, I can be alerted to it and make sure that I increase the budgets. Or not the budgets, the bids or the budgets, whichever one I need to increase. So it was pretty simple. I just asked Claude if it could do that. I just said, hey, could you go in or I said, I just put it here. I said, could you build a skill? Because these are all skills that I'm building right here. I said, could you build a skill that will look at yesterday's total spend for a group of campaigns, add them up, and then alert me of the total spend and whether or not they're in between a minimum spend threshold and a maximum spend threshold. And that's all I asked it. And it built a software. It's insane. And so you can see here, I know this, to some people, this can look a little intimidating, but this is just Claude code inside VS Code. Just Google how to do it. It's really easy. All you got to do is download VS Code, which is free. And then all you have to do is go to the marketplace in VS Code and then find Claude code and then just add it and then pull it up and then just start building stuff. And so that's which is exactly what I'm doing here. So I described to it, I said, could you build a skill called spend-alert that will tell me the aggregated spend for a list of campaigns and tell me whether or not it's within a minimum spend threshold or maximum spend threshold. And then it built this right here. So this is not the software. This is where I need to input the data. The actual software is right here, but I didn't write one line of code. I just asked it to do it, and it did it. So all I have to do is put in the profile ID of the seller account, the name of the seller account, my minimum spend threshold, my maximum spend threshold, the campaign IDs, and the names, which I can just pull from the bulk file, right? And then actually, I don't even need to paste them here. What I do is I say, hey, here's a list of campaigns. I just put them in a Excel file, and I say, here's a list of campaigns and their minimum spend thresholds and maximum spend thresholds. Can you update this file, which is called a JSON file? Could you update this file to add those there? And then I just ask it to run it. So you might be like, how do you run your software? Just ask it. I'd say, can you run spend-alert skill for me right now? ? And it'll automatically do it, which is just insane. And then let me show you what it sends me. So it sends me a spend alert. This was for the 25th. Test The test just means like I just removed the account's name. So underspend, so it told me it underspent. Total spend yesterday was $21.19. Our minimum threshold for this was $25. My shortfall was $3.81. And it added up, you see these 3 campaigns? It added up the spend of these 3 campaigns to come up with the $21.19. So I can see which ones spent the most. And the crazy part here is I have this, it's so crazy. So I have this spend alert that tells me the spend of these campaigns. And then I have these 3 campaigns in another AI automation I built that increases the bids on a daily basis. So the bids are being increased daily, and this spend alert is checking, hey, is it within our threshold? And it tells me that. It's really, really awesome. It's really, really cool. Now, if you ask Claude, when you're getting set up, if you ask Claude Code to build this, like if you're just getting started, just make sure to ask Claude Code, if you wanted to build this specific tool, you would describe it like I did earlier in this video, but say, hey, I want to use the Amazon Advertising API. I don't know if you have credentials for those or not. If not, that's a whole nother process to get credentials. But if not, you can ask it to use bulk files. Be like, hey, I'm going to upload a bulk file, an Excel file, and could you look at, like, you could pull up yesterday's, download yesterday's bulk file and then use a bulk file version so you don't have to use the API version. It's up to you, whichever one makes sense for you and is easiest for you. But for me, it's been really cool because I've been able to solve problems for my clients like very quickly using AI and building really simple custom softwares that allow me to do things that, like, for example, this thing right here, this alert tool, I've never seen a PPC software that has this, and that would aggregate the campaigns and do the math for you. I've never seen a tool. So this really allows me to build the tools that I want. There are some things in here that other tools have, and which is great. But if a software, if it doesn't have that, then I can't use it. So it's just been really, really cool. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got value from it. And I hope you are as excited as I am about the potential for using AI for Amazon PPC and building custom tools quickly and deploying them and, being able to measure results. Like, for example, like this SKU right now is, for this right here, is doing good. It's within our target now, which is really, really good. And I know in my previous video that I talked about the underspend -bid -boost. And that thing is doing really, really well in terms of increasing spend, sales, and profit for products. All right, that's the video. If you could do me a quick favor, if you found this video valuable, could you like it? And if you're not subscribed, could you subscribe? And could you also, if you have a friend who would find this valuable, share it with a friend. Until next time.